On Global TV News Prime, former Senate leader Ali Ndume praises President Tinubu's bold de-dollarization policy and cabinet reshuffle. He calls for more SAC. Jigawa State withdraws from suit challenging legality of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. In business, federal government plans 50% tax relief to help firms increase salaries. On the foreign scene, terrorists killed 10 policemen in Iran. And in sports, Confederation of African Football Awards victory to Nigeria fines Libya $50,000. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to the News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. Voting, which ended across the 44 local government areas of Kano State, recorded low turnout of voters. Global Television's correspondent Idris Jibrin, who has been monitoring the exercise, reports that pockets of violence were also reported in some polling units in the state. His report.
As early as 8 a.m. local time, voters across the 44 local government areas of Kano State began to come out to elect their local council chairman. In some polling unit within the metropolitan city, for instance, these voters waited anxiously only for the election materials to arrive behind schedule. In some places, electoral materials were delivered on time, but voters could not turn out to vote, largely due to fear of insecurity arising from the absence of security operatives for the elections.
You know, people nowadays have started losing hope on politicians actually, because the people are just overstressed because of this condition that people find themselves in.
In Chiranchi ward of Gwale local government area, hundreds of voters, including the state governor Abba Kabir, turned out to vote. as the governor assured residents of peaceful exercise across the state.
They should be rest assured that those that are elected will live up to expectation. They work together with the Kano State government to ensure that all the dividends of democracy are provided as we promised during our campaign.
In Iso, Sheshe, all in Gwale local government as well as some other places, pockets of violence were reported, with some youth destroying ballot papers and other electoral materials. According to local observers, the local government election is however generally peaceful, but with low turnout of voters in some places across the state. Well, Kano local government election is the one full of controversy. Yesterday, on the eve of the election, a federal high court sitting in Kano declared all the 44 candidates of the New Nigeria's People's Party null and void. And you can recall that also the same federal high court sacked all the leadership of the Kano Independent Electoral Commission. However, the election has been conducted in Kano here today. In some places peaceful, in other places violent. And at the moment, results are already beginning to come out. From now on to tomorrow morning, definitely everyone will be able to know his faith. From Kano, Idris Jibrin reporting for Global Television.
Meanwhile, the Kano State Governor Abba Kabir cast his vote as his Chiranchi ward of Gwale local government area of the state. Governor Yusuf voted at his polling unit, expressing satisfaction with the election process. He called on voters to ensure that no violence is recorded, while also assuring of a free and fair poll.
From what I saw today, from what I heard from all the 44 local government areas, I must say, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, people have come out en masse to vote for the NNPP during this, today's local government elections, where supporters are casting their votes to elect the chairman of the 44 local government areas, as well as all the councillors.
Governor of Ondo State and gubernatorial candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Lucky Orimison Ayedatiwa, has reiterated his administration's determination to consolidate on its achievement in the next 4 years if voted into power at the forthcoming governorship election. The governor made this known while addressing community leaders during his campaign tour at the Irele local government area in Akure, Ondo State. Kiki Alomokere has details.
At the palace of Oba Akinyele Akinsunloye Oyolola, the Olisua of Isua Akoko, Governor Lucky Ayetidawa says his administration has always prioritized inclusive governance and will continue to ensure that every part of the state feels represented. The governor assures the monarch that security remains a top priority on his administration agenda. Hence, he will ensure adequate equipping of security outfit with operational vehicles, especially the Amoteku Corps. He added that his administration is working closely with other security agencies to ensure the safety of the people and property in the state.
It's hope reassured that Akoko Southeast local government will deliver for APC come November 16, 2024 during the governorship election. Like you said, I've been to almost all the major communities here. I've been to Ipimi, I've been to Ipesi, I've been to Ipe, I've been to Ifira, and now at Isua, the headquarters of the local government. And in all of these communities, the indigenes, the natives, they all came out in their large number to receive us. Not just to receive us, they were so joyful. They were celebrating. They were celebrating as if we have actually won the election. The demonstration of love and reception that they have shown signifies that they are ready to vote for our party APC. So I'm so excited and I'm so happy that the result of this place is known already.
During the visit, Oba Akinyele Akinsuloye commended the governor for appointing indigenes for the community into his government, stressing that the community has no reason not to support his election. The governor, during strategic stop at Ipe Akoko, Ipesi Akoko and Ifira Akoko, appeals to the people of Akoko Southeast to convert their overwhelming show of love into electoral support in the forthcoming November 16 gubernatorial election. From Akure, Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma has inaugurated a 100-seater engineering studio at Federal University of Technology, Owerri. Speaking at the inauguration ceremony of the center, Governor Uzodinma says the facility will be used for various innovative trainings that meet modern-day digital technology. Amarachi Ibe was there for Global Television.
Not only transform the global economy, but contribute to the global workforce. Governor Hope Uzodinma, who was represented at the occasion by the Commissioner for Digital Economy and E-Government, Dr. Chimezi Amadi, stated that the administration is focused on empowering youth with digital skills necessary to thrive in an increasing globalized world.
As we continue to build a robust digital infrastructure, fostering a thriving digital economy remains at the heart of our vision.
He also used the occasion to highlight some of the achievements of the government in areas of information communication technology in the states.
We are commissioning today plays a critical role in this vision. It will serve as a center for innovation, creativity and practical engineering training, producing talents.
The representative of Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, Amma Ikoru, says the initiative is part of Nigeria Oil and Gas Industry Content Development Act, which mandates the board to build capacity of Nigerians and enable their participation in oil and gas sector.
Continuously, we have to retrain people trained at the universities because they've not been skilled up to do the activities we do in the oil and gas industry. As a result of that, we have drafted a guideline for implementation of the Human Capital Development Project for the industry.
Highlights of the event were cutting of the ribbon and tour of the facility by dignitaries at the event. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
Jigawa government says it has withdrawn from the suit challenging the constitutionality of the laws that establish the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, currently before the Supreme Court. The withdrawal was announced by the State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Bello Abdulkadir Fanini, at a news conference in Dutse. Fanini says a notice of withdrawal of the state was filed on October 24th on the service of Chief Register of the court. Former Minister of Women Affairs Uju Kennedy Ohaneye has resolved that she would fight alongside President Bola Tinubu to fix Nigeria, despite relieving her of her duty as minister. She disclosed this in a statement on her official X handle. While pledging her commitment to Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, she urged Nigerians not to lose hope, but to be optimistic that Nigeria will be great again. The Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has expressed deep sorrow as it acknowledges the tragic news of the East Wind aviation helicopter crash on October 24th. This was contained in a statement signed by the NLC National President, Joe Ajaero, noting that the tragic incident claimed the lives of 8 dedicated Nigerian workers on duty. According to Ajaero, the heartbreaking loss of life underlines the difficult conditions workers often face, and it speaks to the urgent and absolute necessity of prioritizing workers' health and safety, as well as ensuring that Nigerian workers in all sectors do not risk their lives to contribute to national progress. More than 48 hours after the unfortunate incident of the helicopter crash in Port Harcourt of Rivers State, The Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau has said neither the debris of the chopper nor the 3 remaining persons have been found. According to the statement by the Director of Public Affairs and Family Assistance of the NSIB, Bimbo Oladeji, at 7:30 a.m., rescue teams resumed search operations in line with global best practices, but left the scene without finding any person. The Bureau revealed further that the search area was expanded as part of ongoing efforts to locate debris or signs of survivors. The Nigerian Guild of Editors, in partnership with Imo State Government and the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, organized a 2-day workshop on developmental journalism for the Southeast and South-South region of Nigeria. The workshop, held in Owerri, the Imo State capital, brought together editors and journalists from across the country to discuss ways to promote developmental journalism and telling stories that are people-centered. Imo State correspondent Amarachi Ibe completes the report.
Gathered in this hall are media practitioners from various media organizations to discuss the role of the media in regional development. The theme of the workshop, "The Media as Partners in Regional Development," was chosen to reflect the need for journalists to focus on stories that promote social change and developmental projects in the Southeast and South-South geopolitical zone of the country. Declaring the workshop open, the Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma, represented by his deputy, Chinyere Komaru, expressed happiness to address the editors at the workshop, which he said aligned with his administration's commitment to regional renaissance for the sake of development. He observed that responsible journalism is the cornerstone of accountability and good governance.
Yes, your pens and your keyboards wield immense power. The power to inform, educate, and mobilize our people towards a shared vision of development. Responsible journalism is the cornerstone of transparency, accountability, and good governance.
President of the Guild of Editors, Eze Anaba, emphasized the important role of the media in regional development by drawing the attention of good government and relevant agencies to the plight of the people.
The stories we tell can shine light on solutions, foster collaborations across sectors, and empower citizens to take action. Our discussion today will focus on how we can strengthen the media's role in highlighting developmental issues, fostering accountability, and promoting inclusive growth. I encourage each of you to bring your insight, experiences, and creativity to the table.
Participants at the workshop says there is need for both donor agencies and development partners to look into the plight of the people living in the Southeast and South-South geopolitical zone of the country, as well as other parts of the country.
If the top echelon of media practice, who are basically the editors and managers of the media in the Southeast and South-South region, could tailor their news content to developmental journalism, issues that look on the people itself. Not just government has said this, government has said that.
At the end of the workshop, it is expected that participants will put into practice lessons learned in various media organizations to promote development in the two geopolitical zones. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global.
Stressed the critical nature of the situation, emphasizing that prompt intervention is necessary to alleviate the hardship faced by constituents. across these regions. He noted that the prolonged outages, primarily attributed to vandalism and national grid disturbances, have caused significant economic strain as small businesses struggle to survive, hospitals face mounting operational costs, and residents bear the burden of expensive fuel as an alternative energy source. The Anambra State Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has announced the immediate payment of the new minimum wage of 70,000 naira for workers in the state. The governor stated that the least paid worker in Anambra will go home with nothing less than 70,000 naira. Soludo, who also approved the monthly cash award of 10,000 naira to all pensioners in the state until the time the pension salary shall be reviewed, made the announcement after a meeting between various labor leaders in the state and the state government. In the same vein, the Niger State Governor Umar Bago has announced 80,000 naira minimum wage for civil servants effective from November. Bago disclosed this shortly after meeting with the organized labor in the state at the government house, saying that the payment would be for both the state and the local government workers effective from November. He added that committee on the minimum wage would work on the consequential adjustments, just as he noted that the 80,000 naira was sustainable, particularly with the state's strides in agriculture. The state chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Idris Lafene, commended the governor for approving 80,000 naira as minimum wage, adding that it was a step in the right direction. Former Senate leader Senator Ali Ndume has praised President Bola Tinubu on his recent bold de-dollarization policy, describing it as right steps in the right direction. According to former senator, the de-dollarization policy recently announced by the federal government would help strengthen the naira and boost transatlantic trade with other nations of the world who do not depend on the United States dollar. He added in a statement made available to newsmen that President Bola Tinubu should follow up logical conclusions by making Nigeria join BRICS, as such move will help Nigerian businessmen and women. The Nigerian police force has refuted allegations that the newly recruited personnel undergoing training at its colleges are being mistreated. This comes after a viral video showed that personnel were undergoing training in substandard conditions with inadequate food provisions and welfare. The force spokesperson, Muyiwa Adejobi, while reacting to the allegations in a statement, said the video was an old one. According to him, the video was broadcast by Channels Television 10 years ago. In business, the head of corporate communications at the Jos Electricity Distribution Company, Dr. Elijah Adakole, has said that the reoccurring national power grid collapse affects distribution companies and revenue generation. Adakole made this known in an interview with newsmen in Jos, explaining that most of JEDC's customers were on the company's prepaid metering system, which meant they would only pay for energy consumed. He therefore noted that the unavailability of power to distribute to consumers would invariably lead to zero revenue collection, a situation that would lead to serious financial losses. As part of a new legislative bill designed to reform Nigeria's tax system, the federal government is introducing a 50% tax relief for companies that increase salaries or offer transportation allowances to low-income workers. A review of the proposed bill showed, dated October 4th and obtained from the National Assembly, indicated that it aims to introduce certain income tax exemptions to incentivize salary adjustments. According to a section of the bill, companies will be allowed an additional 50% deduction in their relevant years of assessment for costs incurred during the 2023 and 2024 calendar years. The Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Chief Uche Naji, has established a strategic partnership with Switzerland Ecole Polytechnique Fédérale de Lausanne, EPFL Innovation Park, a prestigious Swiss federal university located in Lausanne. Director of Media and Corporate Communications at the National Space Research Development Agency, Felix Ale, disclosed this in a statement, noting that the EPFL is one of the two Swiss Federal Institutes of Technology alongside ETH Zurich. On the foreign scene, at least 10 police officers were killed in a terrorist attack in an area of southern Iran long plagued by unrest. Local media reports that the soldiers were killed during an attack on police vehicles in Sistan, Baluchstan province's Taftan County, without saying how it was carried out. No group immediately claimed responsibility for the attack, which occurred some 1,200 kilometers southeast of the capital, Tehran. A suicide bomber detonated an explosive device at a checkpoint in western Pakistan, killing 8 people and wounding 5 more. According to officials, the bomber set off the blast from the back of a motorbike rickshaw near the town of Mehr Ali in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. 4 police officers were killed alongside 2 members of a state parliamentary force and 2 civilians in the attack near the border with Afghanistan. In sports, Super Falcons interim coach Justin Madugu expects a top-draw performance from his largely home-based team as they face Algeria in the first leg of the international friendly at Remo Star Stadium. The fixture, with the second leg scheduled for Tuesday at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena in Lagos, marks Nigeria's first Grade A friendlies on home soil since the 2021 Aisha Buhari Women's Tournament. The newly appointed National Sports Commission Chairman, Malam Shehu Diko, has pledged to establish a robust framework for the transformation of sports in Nigeria, calling for a united front of all stakeholders to achieving the ambitious goal. Diko pledged after a closed-door meeting with the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, and the immediate past Minister of Sports Development, John Onwo-Eno, in Abuja. He says that the meeting was part of early consultations and groundwork aimed at transforming the sports sector in line with international best practices. As we end the Global TV News Prime, let's take a look at our top stories. Former Senate leader Ali Ndume has praised President Bola Tinubu's bold de-dollarization policy and cabinet reshuffle, calls for more sack. Jigawa State has withdrawn from suit challenging the legality of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. In business, federal government plans 50% tax relief to help firms increase salaries. On the foreign scene, terrorists killed 10 policemen in Iran. And in sports, we told you Confederation of African Football has awarded victory to Nigeria and also fined Libya $50,000. That's it on the News Prime, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365, on StarTimes channel 276, and free-to-air on NightComSat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching and see you again.